Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, where last time we made it to the commander's tent of the Iron Flail, and as you can see by the bodies littering the floor here, it did not go well for him. We tried to negotiate with him, but he would not have it, and he ended up attacking us, so we were forced to kill him. So let's go ahead and loot his body now. He's got a cell key there, it's probably for the delegates down there. We also have this piece of armor. It has a long story to it that we're going to read first. Matha Fate was discovered slumbering in an Ingwithan ruin deep in the heart of Irglamfath. She was a great worm, a subterranean animal rarely seen by Kith. Nearly all of her body was burrowed in the dirt beyond the wall of the ruin, so the dear wooden looters that provoked her were more than a little shocked to see that when she emerged, she was perhaps 3 times the height of a person and 30 times as long. The initial group of looters escaped with their lives and returned with large hunting parties aimed at slaying her, for the ruins she took over were home to one of the finest collections of relics yet found in Irglamfath. But Matha Fate killed those hunters by the score. Her body was coated in an acidic mucus that devoured weapons before they could pierce her flesh, and she vomited bile upon her attackers that burned away flesh and bone alike, leaving no trace of them for future looters to find. Damn, that sounds like a powerful beast. Her reign there ended when the hounds of Galawain were paid a vast sum to see her destroyed. They sent one woman, Solana Failmis, whose stature was such that few questioned her going in alone. She ordered built a set of custom weapons and armor, including this breastplate, which was blackened to resist the monster's corrosive bile. She entered the ruins to find Matha Fate had died sometime in the last month, and the smell was so overpowering that it knocked her unconscious for hours. When she emerged from the ruins unscathed in her black armor, she was nicknamed the Black Warden before she could even recount the tale. So much did she like the nickname that she happily bent the truth in order to keep it. The smell did not leave the armor until well after Solana's death, and it has seen very little wear as a result. Huh. We will take it. It's seen wear now.
Hey.
We will loot all this, and all that, and all that. Alright, let's see. Is there any... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to loot around here. Good. A lot of money. I like it. I like money. More money. Got a belt here. Knockdown belt, okay. Those are good. Some diamonds, also good. A blunderbuss. A book. And they had a lot of loot in here. And we will take those as well. Okay. Unlock with cell key. Hello. Oh, thank you. I thought we'd never get out of there. Are you hurt? No. A little bruised, perhaps. The cold was the worst part. Abaddon bless your blade. I thought that madman would kill us all. The commander wasn't the problem. One of the delegates points on an accusing finger at another, a woman standing apart from the rest. We might have come to terms if she hadn't goaded him, shouting at him about omens and curses, demanding he leave the march. You know how superstitious the Red Sarens are. The commander went white as a sheet. She sabotaged the meeting. Raving delegate. The woman in question is dressed in an unassuming robes. She bears the accusations silently, her eyes closed as if in prayer. Who are you? With desperate speed, the woman suddenly lunges sidelong toward the nearby rack and seizes a dagger lying there. She sets the blade to her own throat. Don't do it! No, stop her! Somebody stop her! No, wait, stop! That reaction time. Guys, come on. Unseen to all but yourself, the dying woman's soul essence coils in thin wisps around her body. It only grows brighter as her corpse stills. The remaining delegates stare in horror at her pooling blood. Maneha kneels by the dying woman and inspects her robes. She examines a crescent medallion hanging around the woman's neck. What just happened? Damn it! That will never get an answer out of her. Did they pull your names out of a hat when they put this delegation together? Don't be so sure. Step aside. Step aside. You reach out and brace against the sudden flare of pain and fear, digging after less recent events. There is a copper taste in your mouth and a pain like fire in your throat. Under the brute terror of death, you find a comforting thread of resolve, a satisfaction and duty fulfilled. You follow it. It leads you stumbling into another memory, as whole and vivid as the first. You walk the dark halls of an abbey, dimly lit and quiet, your footsteps loud, a blur, and you are standing in a dimly lit room, facing a robed Amawa. You recognize him as Kauto, the High Abbot. He beckons you forward. Examine your surroundings. You're in a wide, rounded chamber. The tiles beneath your feet are covered in strange, curling symbols. You recognize them as symbols of Andra, goddess of sea and memory. The memory blurs. When your sight is clear, you are standing in front of Kauto, and he is smiling gently down at you.
Drive the raid Sarens from these mountains, and you may yet spare many lives. The Tidebringer will be here in a week's time. Should you be delayed in your travels, report to him as you would to me. He will enter the reliquary and call off the army of Ilas in my stead. If you are caught, sister, you know what you must do. I will pray for your return, but we will take comfort in the knowledge that you have joined the rest of Andra's favorite in her keeping.
He sets a hand on your shoulder. The words jar you loose from the memory, flinging you back into the moment of the woman's death, and then into your own skin. But traces of her memory join yours. You know the path to the abbey to which she was returned to, buried in the mountains to the north. Is the name Ilas familiar to anyone? The Ilas? They're a figure of speech, for when you can't remember something. You say, must be the Ilas took it from me. Yes, but there's a story to it. They're supposed to do the bidding of the Lady of Lament. Andra points and they come, out of nowhere, wipe things from the face of the world. That's why whenever something up and goes missing, or gets destroyed with no one there to see it, you're supposed to thank Andra that the Ilas didn't come for you too. Do you know Kauto? Kauto? Oh, yes, he came through town some time back, stopped by at the temple in Stalwart. This was just after the town decided to rededicate it to Abaddon. He didn't seem too pleased about it. He was dressed like a priest. Maybe he took offense? He's an Amawa, tall fellow, very polite considering he's apparently the leader of some fanatical sect. I think it's clear we haven't been the best judges of character recently. Do any of you know what a Tidebringer is? Tidebringer? That's something they used to talk about at the Temple of Andra, I think. It's a person. A title, I mean. Tends to be used in the more devout circles. What about the Ilas? Have you heard of them? The Ilas? Yeah. Okay. Never mind that. Okay. I guess we'll go through these options twice. Do you know anything about an abbey to the north? I've heard of something like that. An Andrite stronghold. Not the kind of place that welcomes visitors. Maneha's eyes widen. That sounds like the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Is that where she came from? The delegates point to the dead woman. Yes, and it's where I'll find the reliquary, so I can call off their army. She didn't make it back to call off whatever attack they're planning. Apparently these Andrites have an army too. Maybe next time you'll be more careful about picking volunteers. Yes, and it's where I'll find the reliquary so I can call off their army. What? Another one? Gods, it feels like everyone on Aora is after the battery now. Why would these Andrites want the raid Sarens out? I doubt it's for Stalwart's benefit. Competition, maybe? I'd better go ask them. Who needs a reason? Looks like I did their work for them. They're up to something, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. If you do mean to go to this abbey, be careful. There have been stories about traders wandering north and getting scared off or even killed by strange guards. That's the place, all right. Sounds like a great place. They're a secretive bunch. I suppose you could always try to sneak in? I doubt you'll be welcome otherwise. It sounds like the Tidebringer would be. Welcome, I mean. Maybe I can convince them that I'm the one they've been waiting for? Skulking around isn't really my style. Time to crack some skulls. I'll get in without getting spotted. Maybe I can convince them. I hope so. I imagine the Abbey is heavily guarded. A sudden deafening crash from outside makes the delegates jump, startled. A rumbling like thunder follows. You hear further sounds of smashing timbers, panicked screaming. Oh no. What's happening? I thought you took care of the soldiers. Well, actually, I left a few alive because I was being nice. Stay put, I'll take care of it. Shrug and walk away. Out of my way. I have more fighting to do. I did. This is something else. This is something else. Yes, well, we'll wait here. Inside. Okay. It's not good, is it? How's our health? We're doing okay, I think. We don't have any injuries, so... Okay, let's go see what's going on out here. Do we got another avalanche coming? I say another avalanche, but we were never there to see the first avalanche that killed the, that blocked the trade route. Sounds like it could definitely start an avalanche. It was a massive boom. Oh my god, that thing is massive. Survive the ambush. Hi. Okay, so the troops aren't there anymore. That's good, at least. Perhaps they haven't seen us yet. No, I think they've seen us. Alright.
Perhaps they haven't seen us yet.
Get in there, guys. Okay, do that. Wow. And freaking laser beams? Why aren't you attacking? Oh, you're knocked down.
Yeah.
That's not good. Everybody on this guy.
Eh?
Can we save her? Whew. Oh, she moved. Bastard. Okay. Not that one. This one.
This is getting no.
She's back up. Get it back in there.
Eh?
Go ahead, hit him with that. Aloth, I need you to maybe do some powerful spells here. Do that.
Hey.
Do that. Gonna do minor avatar. Good, 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 good. And hit him with that. Oh my god. They are not dying. Yeah. We don't have those anymore. We don't have those anymore either. Try and summon these guys. Get some help here. Aloth. Hit him with chain lightning. Okay, he's back up. Do that. Cleansing flames. Get in there.
Yes?
Keep doing the chain lightning. We've got an Audra Beetle now.
Hey.
Can we knock it down?
Useless.
You can. Good. That's very useful, actually. Hit him with that. Another chain lightning. Oh, it's dead. Never mind. Don't use chain lightning then. Go ahead and use one of these.
Hey.
Knock him down. Good. Everybody on this guy. And that should kill him. There we go. Eyeless Hammer. That image is terrifying. As the last Magfolk falls, a tide of essence sweeps through the ether. It washes over you, and you find yourself in the memory of the Eyeless. The hulking creatures surround you, their sinew-wrapped skeletons clinking and screeching in the semi-darkness. Their bodies fill the air with the tang of metal and the rust or the musk of sweat. The cavern in which you stand, it looks like a cavern anyway, glows with a dim ambient light. Steel flashes as the eyeless shift and stir. They stamp their feet and groan in rasping metallic voices. Their restless energy prickles at the back of your neck. And in the echoing rumble, you hear something familiar. It's the pounding noise from your dream, the harbinger of a terrible army. You begin to wonder how many eyelists are crowded around you. You suspect there must be scores of them, maybe more. It's difficult to tell how far back this chamber goes, or where it is. Ahead, you see a glint of light. It might be an exit. Already, however, the vision is starting to fade. Investigate the glint of light. You push past the lumbering eyeless and cling to the wilting shreds of the vision. The light up ahead is blinding after the dark of the cave. You rush toward it even as it fades into a pale blur. You can't see where you are, but you hear a cold wind whistling through the gap and feel a spray of moisture sting your cheeks. The vision ends, returning you to the frozen and blood-churned mud of the fort.
You don't mess around when you make enemies, do you?
I sure as hell don't. Doesn't seem like it's very good, huh? We got our Dragon Maw shield upgraded though. That's good. So it's now we got a fear aura. Terrified for 3 seconds. Accuracy versus will. Endurance below 26%. Neat. That's really good. Next we gotta kill 10 enemies with Dragon's Maw shield to unlock the next level. Okay.
Those things sure seemed angry for something that's got no face.
Yeah.
Hey.
Find out how to call off the army. Oh boy. Okay. So the Morning Circle quest has been done. Travel to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Right. The secret society, known as the Morning Circle, repeatedly eluded Durrance's pursuit. As soon as Durrance discovered their last location, they would begin the process of moving to a new town. It turned out that the Morning Circle had an extensive spy network at their disposal. Eventually, Durrance managed to capture a senior member of the group who was more than willing to give up information on her brothers and sisters. In a Rhodes End charnel house, Durrance and trusted soldiers of the Manhem family confronted and killed most of the cult's leaders. Though some members of the group escaped, the Erla of Hellsgate, Freya Manhem, was confident that their power in the Direwood was broken. Got some money and some experience in mourning gloves. Grants denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance on kill. All defenses up, so this has got cool. 10% attack speed, concentration and interrupt. -1 resolve, that's not good. Plus 15 endurance. Cool gloves. Let's read. These gloves were recovered from the Animancy cult known as the Morning Circle, who traveled the Eastern Reach promising to bring back the dead. The promises were a cover for horrific experiments, including abductions, murders, and vivisections. Despite the name of the group, the power of the gloves is unleashed after the wearer kills an enemy. Alright. Cool. What else we got in here? We've got a person there and 3 hours left for Solmar the Shackler. Okay. So, things are not going well. If we got those guys running around, causing mayhem. Does look like maybe the soldiers are all gone, or at least the ones right here are. Don't know if all of them will be. I hope so. That'll make things easier for me. Let's
and if I find
stealth
something
just in
good,
case.
you can have half.
Turn the speed up. Also, we want to stealth just in case there's more of the eyeless around here. A peek under the tarp reveals barrels marked as powder stores. Okay. Where's this? Might be like a way up or down out there. A lot of camping supplies here. I guess they expected me to be camping a lot in this place. You can see the water's dark surface not far below. Okay, it looks like all the guards are gone. Okay. Oop. Almost missed all that loot. Would have been terrible. Alright, let's see where this goes. Oh, okay. Alright, let's go out the front door, if we can. Hope that guy and his girlfriend made it out. Oh, looks like they actually came through the front gate. It's like... Damn. They weren't messing around, were they? Guess all those people I tried to save by not killing them probably died from them, though. That's unfortunate. Loot that and move up here. Make sure we didn't miss anything up here. How are we doing on experience too? Not really close. Take all of that. And all of that. Anything else up here? Got some mushrooms. And that's it along here. Some berries. That's it. Okay. So where are we going? So we got the Forgotten Army. Find out how to call off the army. The abbot also mentioned that someone called a Tidebringer would be coming to replace him. That information could prove useful in infiltrating the place. The Rising Tide. Travel to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. One of Star Wars delegates sent to parley. It seems as though the leader of the Abbey is a name named Kauto. Tidebringer. Okay. The Grey Sleeper. Got nothing about that. And then this one. So that's all we got, right? And then Craghold. And then Battle Yimwood Fields is way back down there. Black Oath. Find Eska. Okay.
Hey.
Let's go back. So there's the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. We're going to make a trip back to Stalwart. And... I don't know if there's anybody I can talk to about the Tidebringer here, but... Maybe we'll see if we can ask around about him. Maybe the Tidebringer came through here. Or maybe he's already here. Or somebody saw him, or something. Also, we probably want to rest too. Somar the Shackler has sent word from Exhibit, thanking you for your role in ensuring his swift arrival. Okay, courtyard A reward would have been nice, buddy, but, you know. It is what it is, I suppose. 7 hours on our courtyard pool there. That's nice. Okay. Guess we'll talk to the innkeeper. He's... The innkeeper and the priests of Abaddon are the people that come to mind that I might be able to talk to. Maybe the mayor, too, but he doesn't seem like he knows much. Barely injured. Wonder why he's got that on him. Oh no.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can a top quality bear?
Alright, so nothing from you. That's fine. We'll sleep. Get some rest. Courtyard pool completed. Awesome. Okay. So, we have 4 things there. 5. We have 5 things left to build. We could build the Warden's Lodge. Wait, no, that's not it. We could build the Botanical Gardens. Upgrading the Botanical Gardens will allow your stronghold to generate a random plant every turn in the stronghold treasury. Okay. We could upgrade the Forum, which gives us a lot of prestige. I'm leaning towards upgrading these two, because they both give 4 prestige. The Forum is where ideas and strategies are cultivated and shared. Upgrading the Forum will grant an intellect bonus upon resting at Bright Hollow. The Chapel is the religious center of the stronghold. It will allow you to purchase scrolls from a priest and grants a bonus to resolve. We probably should have constructed this a long time ago, considering we're a priest. Let's upgrade the chapel. Now, it'll be done in 2 days. Alright. Let's go talk to the priest of Abaddon. It doesn't look like... I don't think we're going to find anything here, but... You never know. It'd be cool. I mean, if there's anybody who knows about another religion, I suppose it would be somebody who's religious themselves, even if they're not part of the... Audra religion. Andra? Whatever. Andra. We could also talk to Maneha. I just remembered that. And she wants to talk. So let's talk to her right now.
I guess we should be flattered that someone sent those things after us. But I would have preferred a card.
She wipes a slick of gore from her neck, sniffs at her blood-streaked hands, and shrugs. Did you sleep like that? What's going on, Maneha?
I'd heard rumors of the eyeless, but I always thought that name was a metaphor. Though I would have called them Mace Hands of Doom, if anyone had asked me.
That's why they didn't. Their name doesn't matter. They'll fall by my hand all the same. Hell yeah.
See, this is what I like about you.
Getting kind of confident.
So this is the mysterious army you've been dreaming about, huh? It's a wonder you're getting any sleep.
Well, I see a lot of things these days. That's why we're going to the Abbey, to stop them.
I'm regretting all of my decision-making up to this point.
Me too.
Still, I guess a suicidal plan is better than none.
Something on your mind? I thought you'd be happy. You've been looking for the Abbey for a long time. Don't worry. We'll find the salt well, too. I thought you'd be happy.
I know, it's just...
She grumbles with exasperation.
Well, knowing that I'm finally close to getting rid of this memory, it feels like it's crowding my head that much more.
She paces and locks her fingers into her hair.
It's been with me for decades. Driven me halfway across the known world.
She throws her hands up. And? Sounds like an unhealthy relationship. Perhaps you need to get it off your shoulders. This would be easier if you just told me what you remember. Yeah, this would be easier if you just told me what you remember. She stops pacing and sighs.
You're right.
Listen.
It was a war. Centuries ago, before Adiran unification.
She folds her hands in front of herself.
I was a soldier then. Led a campaign across the northern forests to subdue some of the outlying Kalklan villages. Brutal work.
What war?
This was 500 years ago, when Adir was a folk kingdom on one side and elven country on the other.
Did I already know that they lived that long? I think I might have, but damn, that's a long time.
They fought on and off before they joined. Now the folk and elven rulers marry to keep the peace.
Go on.
Right. The campaign. Lost a third of my forces to the forest, and another third to the elven scouts hiding in it. By the time we reached the first village, we'd crushed their defenses, and they'd bled us.
She shakes her head.
Wasn't much more than children and the elderly left, but they spit on us when we marched into town.
A scowl twists her face. Her eyes are cold.
The village elders surrendered, and offered us lodging in the old meeting hall. And when the sun set, they tried to burn it down around us.
She closes her eyes.
They barely got a flame going, but that wasn't the point.
What was it? They betrayed you after surrendering. Seems serious to me. You had to make an example of them. They betrayed you.
And would that I'd had your principles.
She swallows.
In their defiance, I saw months more of pointless, bloody battle as we fought for the rest of the region. I had to break them. And I had to send a message to the rest of the villages.
Her hands shake as she raises them to cover her face.
So I nailed every last one of them to the trees around the town and left them there to die.
Ooh. That's quite the message. You killed those villagers to prevent more fighting? You've been a mercenary and a pirate in this life. Is that really so different? That's terrible. That wasn't you, Maneha. You've got no reason to hold onto a memory from 500 years ago. You'll be rid of this soon. What happened then? You killed them to prevent more fighting?
That's what I kept telling the troops.
She's quiet for a long time before she speaks again.
But if I'm honest, I was angry. I wanted to see pain. And I wanted to be the one holding a blade.
Have you not had to do anything like this before, as a mercenary or pirate?
I've done my share of fighting these 40-odd years. But I've never drawn my blade just to watch someone bleed. And I've never drawn it on someone who didn't have his own in hand.
You've got no reason to hold on to a memory from 500 years ago.
So I've tried to tell myself. Anyway, we should get going.
She shoulders her pack, and you catch a glimpse of something unusual in it. A thick roll of cloth, bound by leather. What's that?
Something I've been saving for better days.
She tucks it away. Let's go. I kind of want to talk to everybody else, too. It's been a long time since I don't think we've ever really, gone through and talk to everybody. Want to at least talk to these three since... Well, I don't know if the Abbey is the last zone, but it could be the last place we go to for the White March, which means it's the last time we'll have them in our party. It could be like we have the Abbey and then there's one other place after that. Ingram. Nope, okay. Masca? Okay, now you're just pissing me off. She slams her forge hammer down on the unfinished blade with a loud clang. Straighten out, damn you. Timper, Masca. The older priest glares at Masca reproachfully. Sorry, master. It just slipped out. She takes a deep breath and releases it slowly. What's wrong with the sword? Where to begin? She gestures at the rapidly cooling lump of iron on her anvil. For one, I can't manage to shape the metal no matter how hard I try. Master Ingram says, envision a sword. So I'm envisioning really, really hard. I think I'm ending up with a club. Maybe a mace, if I'm lucky. But no sword. If my work doesn't improve soon, they'll kick me out of the temple. Can't be a priest if you're not a proper smith. Unless you help me. Masca glances around. I'm not a blacksmith. Oh, that's not the kind of help I'm asking for. I stuck a peek at Master Ingram's lore book and came across a ritual that can enchant a forge hammer to boost smithing skill. That's exactly the kind of edge I need. I've already completed the first part of the ritual, crafting the hammer. Unfortunately, the next two parts require travel to the Direwood, and there's no way Master Ingram will let me leave anytime soon. Isn't crafting using a magical forge hammer unethical? I'm not trying to show anyone up, I just want to appear competent. You know, buy myself some time until I'm actually competent. I better get back to it, before Master Ingram gets annoyed with me. Why'd you decide to become an acolyte of Abaddon? It's a family tradition, one I've managed to keep going. She glares at the unfinished sword at her on her anvil. Barely. Very well. I can't rat on her? Oh well. Maybe I'll help her. I don't know. That's the kind of thing where I feel like you're supposed to... Like, you shouldn't have a handicap while learning something. Right? Otherwise you don't learn it properly. So she's not going to get any of my help. Durin, I would like to sell some things to you. Oh, we can talk to Darren. He might know something. He might have something else to say. Okay. Let's go ahead, get rid of all of this stuff. All of you. Probably need to go through these grimoires. I think I've already done it. But every time I do it, it's not when I'm selling things. So I forget which ones are okay to sell and which ones are not. It's a pain. Alright, we have more of this stuff too. Yes, we do. Take that. So, 30,000 gold, thank you, or copper rather.
Hey.
Darren, do you want to know what we found? Darren notices you, and his eyes bulge in surprise. He looks from side to side and holds a finger to his lips.
The others made it back from the fort, thanks to you. All except for that fanatic.
Oh yeah, I forgot to check on them inside the tent after we killed the eyeless. Damn it.
But you know all about her.
He gives you a knowing look. She was a member of a secret Andrite cult.
So I heard. But what I really want to know is about those... creatures. The others saw them in the snow. Magfolk with arms like maces, they said. And dead by your hand.
He gives you a slow, respectful nod. Yeah, I'm pretty amazing. That's right. They're the army I came to stop. The eyeless. They're the army I came to stop.
Awakening the White Forge wasn't enough of a challenge?
Nope. He clears his throat and runs his hand along a patchy stubble.
I can't tell the rest of Stalwart about them. Not until we know more. The superstitious ones will call it a bad omen. Another example of the ill us Outlanders have brought.
He shakes his head.
At least you got rid of the raid Sarens. That's one thing folk can rally around.
Fair bow. Alright.
Alright then.
Yeah. Although, technically it probably is the fault of the outsiders coming here. Namely me. If I never came and rediscovered the battery, this probably would never happen. Alright. Let's... How much time? We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Alright, well, I guess it's time to go there. Abbey of the Fallen Moon. 17 hours. You know what? Change of plans. I don't know if this is going to take the rest of the episode, but we're going to go to the tavern. We're going to have some ale. Maybe some food too. Have everybody sit around a table, and we're going to just chat with our party members for a little bit. Namely, we're going to start with the DLC companions. We might only do the DLC companions. I'll spend time talking to the base game companions at another point in time. Yeah, let's gather around the fire. Looks like we're cooking some, I don't know what that is, fish probably, right? Because this is a fishing village. All right, so talk. It looks like we've actually exhausted a lot of the dialogue options. Probably when we first got her. What's your thing with Pelagina? Oh yeah, I forgot she had a thing with her. She's just so earnest. And I've always had a thing for women in armor. The accent doesn't hurt either. Maneha turns a deeper shade of blue. Okay, that wasn't a whole lot, but...
What do you need of Zahua?
Here we go. I want to know more about your beliefs, Zahua.
The ways of the Nalpazka can make little sense to an outsider.
Who are the Nalpazka?
We are the warriors of the Tacan. Nobles, peasants, it does not matter. We are souls caged in flesh, nothing more.
He knocks on his sternum.
But it is one thing to say it, another to know it. So we train until we know it. Or until we meet our ends.
Zahua regards you a moment.
I give this answer because it is what you wanted. But the Nalpazka would say different. They would say that we are nothing at all.
What do the Nalpazka seek? Zahua studies the horizon of the tavern. He smiles. There could be a window. Well, probably not, considering how cold it is here. He smiles as if at a pleasant thought, and does not look at you as he speaks.
Perfection.
He lets the word hang in the air a moment, as though it were an invocation.
Look around you. The world is perfect. Every being, every moment, every death.
He frowns and shakes his head.
Rarely do we see this. We stumble through life, lost in distractions. Every practice of the Nalpazka is a reminder to stop stumbling, to know the perfection.
How can you say that the world is perfect?
You think the world imperfect? Most would agree. Most would say the world is imperfect because we suffer. They imagine a world without suffering and dream of living there, and suffer all the more for it.
Beneath Zahua's calm expression, a deep fervor begins to glow like fanned embers.
This is their mistake. The world is perfect. It was created by a boundless wisdom. It is for us to learn why a perfect world requires that we suffer.
When we met, you said you were freeing yourself from vanity.
Vanity is a snare that roots us to the ground. The way we see ourselves, the way others see us. These things are not real. They cannot be touched. The Nalpazka teachings reveal many such snares. Fear, pleasure, doubt, hatred. They hold us back if we let ourselves be caught.
What happens if you can avoid being caught?
Then you see only what is truly there, and you suffer no longer. You become as a god, seeing things as they do.
Zahua speaks as one recalling a fantastic dream.
If you can loose yourself from the snares, then you are free.
Tell me about your scars.
I meet people on the road, and they pity me. I have come to find it endearing.
He smirks.
They see so many scars, and they wonder, how can the man beneath not be broken?
He runs his fingers over the puckered remnants of a gash on his left forearm.
A scar is a wound that heals, a living reminder of our power over suffering. They cause no pain, only the echo of pain, which cannot hurt you. Show me a scarred man, and I will show you a man who can overcome.
I like that. Why had you eaten Snowcap when we met?
The Malkachoa? At any time, it is rare that I have not eaten some. When you first try it, it seems a beautiful fantasy. You see colors you have never seen. Meet creatures that are not there. With practice, you see that all it does is show you reality, the essence of all things, how they are alike and connected. I have watched trees grow and wilt before me. I have tasted meat and known the animal's life as if it were mine.
He leans in conspiratorially.
But the Malkachoa often causes the stomach to empty with great violence, so it is not for everyone.
Tell me again why it is you think we should suffer.
If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it. I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station. My soul would wither. But to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul, to harden it against the elements.
He clenches his fists in illustration.
Suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us. Their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel.
His eyes gleam as though looking upon an old and beloved friend.
I would gladly cast light upon them.
I want to ask you about something else.
You would ask much of one who knows little.
Where did you learn how to fight?
Most Tacan have two choices. They can grow crops, or they can become Nalpazca warriors. I was the youngest of 5, a dreamer. The Nalpazca were always in my thoughts. They did not feel the same about me. 3 times I tried to join their ranks. 3 times I was refused.
Why were you refused?
All that time spent dreaming, and I had not thought to prepare. I was lazy, uncoordinated, overweight. If they had not refused me, what shame I might have brought to them.
But they accepted you eventually?
They had no choice. Our high priestess had a vision.
Let me guess. Malkachoa?
Malkachoa plus some other shit, knowing her. No one put on a better ceremony than she did.
What did she see?
She saw me as chieftain, leading a host of Nalpazca warriors to victory over our enemies, the Quetzalcoatl.
The last words twist his mouth as though he'd eaten something spoiled.
Our last chieftain had died over the winter. A new one had not yet arisen from the Nalpazca, so the timing was right. The next day they brought me before Ishipilo, the great master of the Nalpazca, and I became his pupil.
Ishipilu. And this Ishipilu taught you everything you know now?
I still trained with the other instructors, sparred and meditated with my Nalpazca brothers and sisters. I learned from all of them. But learning from Ishipilo was a chieftain's privilege. He knew the secrets that could grant mastery over reality, invincibility in combat. When a Nalpazca was deemed a worthy successor to a chieftain, greater than all his peers, Ishipilo would take him in, prepare him for the future. I would not be as I am now without his lessons.
You said your teacher knew how to master reality. Did you learn his secrets? Zahua opens his mouth to speak, but only a slow exultation escapes. He looks at you, frowning, and tries again.
Not all of them.
What was it your master never taught you?
When I was brought to him, I knew how unworthy I was. But if he disapproved, he never showed it. In my shame, I gave him everything I had. He tutored me for 7 years And in that time, I became greater than the rest. Then the day came when he was to teach me the final secret of the Anitle. This is the unbeatable warrior all Tacan chieftains must become to protect our people. Ishipilo never showed. I found him in his study, meditating, or perhaps staring off. I couldn't say. Master, I said, is it time for me to learn to be the Anitle? Not yet, he said. And that was all.
Zahua's mouth barely moves as he speaks.
He never gave me another lesson. A year later, he was dead of old age. They named me chieftain, anyway.
Maybe he was testing you? Someone else must have been able to teach you. You seem to have managed it in spite of that. Maybe he was testing you?
I thought so as well. I tried everything. Patience, rage, cleverness, acceptance. Not yet, he would say. Not yet.
Someone else must have been able to teach you.
At any time, two people know the secret of becoming the Anitle. The chieftain and the master of the Nalpazca. When Ishipilo died, the knowledge was lost to us forever.
You seem to have managed in spite of that.
Have I?
He chuckles humorously. I want to ask you something else. You would ask much of one who knows little. What happened after you became a chieftain?
Word of Ishipilo's death spread. Our enemies saw the opportunity. The Quechmatl chieftain came with gifts to honor my rule. But his real purpose was to look me in the eye, to know if Zahua might be beaten. I looked at him, and I imagined that I was the Anitle, free of all the worldly snares, that my master had taught me everything.
His mouth tightens.
When he turned to leave, I saw he wore a secret smile, and I knew I had failed. 3 days later, they attacked. They were many times greater than our numbers. They had been trying to conquer us for generations, and the Tacan chieftain had always sent them running. The power of the Anitle.
He shakes his head.
In my heart, I knew we would lose, and it would be because I was not the Anitle.
What did you do?
What we had always done. I gathered my Nalpazca warriors and led a charge into the belly of their army. The Nalpazca believed Zahua was the Anitle, and it gave them strength. For their sakes, for Tacan, I believed it too. My mind found a place it had never reached before. I could see my enemies' moves before they made them. I could see my own actions in front of me, the path to victory. I did as I saw, and the Quechmatl fell in heaps. And then the Quechmatl chieftain came to face me, and he knew Zahua was not the Anitle. When I saw him, I knew it too. I hesitated. My enemies fell upon me. One by one, the Nalpazca were defeated, and Tacan was conquered.
Damn, this is a really sad story. What became of your people? Zahua takes a slow breath.
Of the men, they made slaves. Of the women, they made wives. Their way is to absorb the conquered, make them forget themselves.
If Quechmatl defeated you, how did you survive?
They take you alive if you are a chieftain. They break your body and your spirit. Then they show you to their people and to yours, broken. After that, they cut off your head so that they may drink your soul from it.
He flicks his fingertips casually across his throat. But you got out of it.
Oh no, they did all of those things to me.
Zahua laughs.
They flayed me until my screams became whispers, until I no longer knew who I was, and my only hope was to die soon. But they didn't stop, and that was their mistake. In my lowest moment, I released my grip on many worldly things I had come to embrace since my master's death. The pain made the world clear again. They brought me out to be executed, not knowing any better. They swung the machete down upon my neck, but it would not cleave.
He mimes the interrupting swing.
Each hack of the knife brought great pain, and the pain showed me glimpses of pure truth. For a moment at a time, I was the Anitle. I broke my bonds by seeing beyond them. I slew my executioner by knowing I would slay him.
Were you able to free your people after that? All at once, Zahua seems to deflate.
No. When the pain faded, so did my enlightenment. But it was enough to make my escape. I swore to return when my soul was ready to defeat the Quetzalcoatl. When I had rediscovered my master's lost secrets.
I want to help this guy. Can we go do that? You said you swore to return to liberate your people. Did you ever free them?
No. I searched my empty homeland for any trace of Ishipilo's knowledge, but I knew he had left none. It would have been too dangerous. When that failed, I began searching the land to see if knowledge of the Anitle had come from abroad. I visited temples and monasteries. All the while, Zahua was trying to find the answer within himself as well. Meditation, Malkachoa, 1,000 practices he had learned as Nalpaska or dreamed on his own. He becomes nearer to the Anitle every day, but his soul is not free. He is not the Anitle.
Why not try to free them anyway, if you're close?
The final step is the difference between invincibility and certain failure. Quetzalcoatl has only grown over time, swallowed all its rivals. It would take no less than the Anitle to free and protect the Tacan now.
What if you die without rediscovering your master's knowledge?
Then the Tacan will be no worse off than they are now. But they do deserve better.
Is there any way I can help? Perhaps there is. In my journey to Stalwart, I passed through a place that put my soul on edge. I don't know what it was about the place, but I had intended to return there after I had fulfilled my pledge to Stalwart's mare. The answer I search for now, or of the soul, in such resonances should not be ignored. I believe the locals call the place Whitestone Hollow. It lies east of Stalwart. I would return there and explore its energy, if we should pass that way. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I talked to this guy. I want to ask about something else. Tell me about your home.
Ishimitl is vast. Outsiders think of it as one land and its people as one people. But if you walk across it, you see that there are many Ishimitls. The Ishimitl that Tacan know is rich in soil and water. The crops seem to grow in front of you. We build our homes along the Aki River, and it is good to us. Though every so often it floods, so that the Tacan do not forget their suffering. It would not be the rainy season without my neighbor Esley swimming after his escaped goats and nearly drowning.
The mirth on Zawa's face buries itself suddenly, as though evading capture.
But home is an idea, no more real than justice or honor. My home is here now, wherever I stand.
What were you doing before you came here?
I hope to share knowledge with the monks of the Thousand Dreams. Their monastery lies east of here. They are said to be seekers of greater truth, like the Nalpaska. But if they still exist, I did not find them there.
Let's keep moving. Secrets of the Tacan. Awesome.
Right here.
Devil. Alright, Zahua, I'm glad I talked to him. Like, my affection for him has gone up so much more after that conversation. A really cool character. And you've got nothing to say. Fair enough. Okay, well. Let's, I guess we're gonna go do that quest first. We've already explored White Hollow, right? That was what it was called, right? I think. So it should be pretty easy to do, to find that. But that's going to be, looking at the time, I think we're going to end the episode here. That'll be done in next episode. We'll go and help Zahua out, and depending on how long that takes, we'll go to the Abbey as well in the next episode. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.